These guys are painted.
They've also been pooped on.
Okay. This is my second hurt today.
What's the first one?
This one. Are we sleeping here tonight?
I think we should.
I've been bending down too much.
You gotta stretch more.
Thanks, Matt. And make sure you like this video because we're gonna kill it on this floor. Bust it. Welcome to Meghan and Matt. If you're new here, we spent the last 6 months building our van to live in full-time. When our van arrived, we didn't know what we were in for. We had no experience, high expectations, and had to make a lot of sacrifices to make things work. We wanted to put this video together to show you the major highlights of the build. To watch our full videos, click the link in the screen and subscribe to our channel if you want to follow our journey. Enjoy the video. How excited are you? This is the best birthday ever!
I know.
Shall I show you our glorious view? Really calming. So excited. It's ours. We bought it.
Yeah, this is
We
ours.
bought it. Like we have the title and everything. Yeah. As you can see, we were so excited to get started, but we were doing our build in our apartment driveway, and it was a tight space. I mean, look at the view. Okay. Ready to hit the road?
Yep, let's do it.
It was pretty easy in the beginning. We started off by cleaning off the entire van because it is used. We wanted to make sure that we rust-proofed it, so we got some Rust-Oleum and spray painted the inside of the van wherever we saw scuff marks or little pieces of rust. She don't need no man in the strip club.
Well, good thing we don't need those pieces anymore.
It's funny you say that, Matt, because we ended up having to replace them.
We're going to be using these sheets. These are from Killmat. They're the 80 millimeter thickness. So we're going to be putting them all throughout the van.
What Matt is showing you there is our Killmat sound deadener, and we're so happy that we applied this because it really does muffle the sound when we drive. So what I'm doing there is using an X-Acto knife to cut it into pieces that will fit our space, and if you want some for yourself, we'll put the link in the description. You want to apply this stuff in warm weather, but since we were applying it in March, we made sure that we had a heat gun. I just borrowed it from my dad to make sure that the adhesive actually sticks to the van. It works pretty well. Killmat sells these rollers to make sure everything gets pushed into the metal, but we just used some casters from Home Depot for a fraction of the price. You could probably get away with one box, but since we had the two, we figured we'd just do it up.
Yep. We've paid special attention to the wheel wells and the center of the floor.
Also, we're gonna need a real first aid kit because
Meghan cut herself.
I'm clumsy.
If you're using this stuff, you might want to consider wearing gloves. The edges are sharp, especially if you're cutting it. So
Definitely.
something to consider.
This is my second hurt today.
What's the first one?
This one.
Oh my god.
The next thing we had to tackle was cutting holes in our van, and it was really intimidating. But it was super easy once we got the hang of it. I mean, we have 2 fans, so the first one was okay, the second one went great.
There she goes.
There she goes.
Time to grab your cock and get cocking. Using your cock can get messy, so you might want to think about wearing gloves. Always use protection when using your cock.
Yeah, he was really milking that cock thing. Once we had those fans in, it was time to do our subfloor, and I really don't think we knew what we were up against as far as building a van together. I think that we thought it was going to be easy peasy. We're a great team in regular life, but it really took us through the ringer. What are you trying to do?
Mark on the template, we could just mark where the 4-foot ends are so we don't have to cut everything.
What do you mean, cut everything?
I'm just going to do whatever she tells me to do. I'm going to have no original thoughts myself. Meghan is so f***ing stubborn. If I don't do things her way, she just gets pissy and shuts down. So basically, this whole van build is going to probably be done her way, and any input that I have, even though I'm in charge of building the van, is probably going to be irrelevant, and the f***.
Matt's upset because his ideas do not make sense to me, and I just do things differently than he does, and he's just like, well, whatever. We can do things my way sometimes.
Now we gotta figure out how to cut it. I don't know.
Okay, we just had a fight. It's fine. You know, when you have two people who would do things differently, you're gonna have a little bit of a power struggle, but we're moving on, aren't we?
Nobody said this was gonna be easy. Actually, they said don't. Most people said don't do this. But here we are.
Yup. Yeah, we wish someone had told us early on that we were gonna fight all the time. But you know what? We were so happy to be building our house together, and an upside is we got to use a bunch of tools that we had never used before. Turns out, my weight actually did work. It took a little bit of futzing around to get it done, but we did it! And it was so rewarding to get those small wins here and there. We loved to celebrate everything that we did. Oh my gosh, we have a floor! Kind of. It's floating. We've got the floodlights here. We've got the light on the camera. We are good. We are good, Matt, right?
I got a headlamp for precision accuracy.
He's got a headlamp. I'm just normal head. Let's go. Even though we were at each other's throats, at the end of the day, we came together to get this flooring done. Now that we look back at it, it was stupid that we were fighting all the time, and we can only say that now because the van is done. So if you're in the middle of your van build and you're fighting with your significant other, it's just the van. Most couples don't do things like this together.
Pictures of us floating back just like a wave. Makes me wonder what happened, what you're up to today. Remember when we stole your mind?
What's up, everybody? So, as you can see here, we got our subfloor frame down. This part, the glue didn't quite set overnight, so we're just gonna put a little bit more weight on it, and then we're gonna also work on our installation. So Megan's coming out with that now.
I got the half log roll.
What is that, Megan? It's bigger than her. So strong.
I got the half log roll.
What is that?
The half log roll. It's our insulation. And you had weights right there. Okay.
There are work hazards everywhere in this workstation. Oh, I'm stepped over the same one.
So half block wool is our insulation of choice. If anybody knows anything about me, I love staying sustainable, reducing plastic waste, reducing any type of toxins. We want our home to be the least toxic home we could make it. So we chose Havelock wool. Stay tuned for another video if you want to see a video all about Havelock wool and why it's the most sustainable option for your van insulation. Then subscribe and make sure you like this video because we're gonna kill it on this floor. Bust it. Yeah, we never ended up making that video, but comment below if you still want us to make it. Edward Scissorhands.
I made some wool pants.
Ooh, you got the wool pants?
Wool pants, yeah.
Check it out. It is so freaking fluffy. Right, Matt?
Yeah, you could sleep with this stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not itchy at all. It ended up being one of the best choices we could make. And another product that we use that is low VOC and non-toxic is this paint Colorwell, and it's to reduce mildew and mold, and we decided to paint our subfloor using it. So the last step to put our floor down, we screwed everything into the framing.
So this is what happens when you put the beam up before you insulate.
You know what, it's not too bad. It's going in. I don't know if it's going to be as even as we would like, but check it out. So it just goes right in. The new coat hanger. We don't have to take it down. We've had a long day.
We have.
We didn't finish everything we wanted to get done.
Nope.
But here's an update. These guys are painted.
They've also been pooped on.
To be clear, we didn't poop on them. Birds did. They've been pooped on a lot.
Alright, everybody. So as you can see, the framing of the back of our van, where our bed and the cabinets and everything are going to go, is complete. I feel really good about it. I'm really happy that I got this done.
Let me remind you that Matt has no experience with electricity and he wired it all himself.
So these are hooked up. Positive, positive, negative, negative. I'm going to turn it on, and these fans should make a noise if they work.
Did you hear the other one go? I heard that one.
Let's see.
All right, let's go.
And it works!
Yay! You want to make a wind tunnel in here? He didn't, because he's no fun. Anyways, the next thing that we had to do was get a hole saw, which neither of us have used before, so that we could get those puck lights up in the ceiling. We even got our friend Garrett to come over to help us put the ceiling panels up, because clearly I'm too short. So we're so excited to have his help and super grateful for him. How do you feel?
Like a man.
Shit.
Here, and then I'll use the little finger hole. Yeah,
Finger the hole.
finger hole.
Finger the hole.
I hope you don't watch this.
She's gonna watch it. Next up, you guessed it, we had to cut some more holes in the van. But since Matt has already done the fan holes, he was a pro by now.
Well, we have window 1 and window 2.
In.
We're framed out for the most part.
For the most part.
Ceiling's like 80% done. Mm-hmm. All of the electrical on the ceiling is 95% done. We have our flooring, which we have, and it fits, and we have exactly enough. We got it on Facebook Marketplace for a steal.
There's a reason why everything was just about half done. We were actually waiting for some materials to DIY our roof rack so that we can put our solar panels up. Everything was contingent on getting our solar panels up, but once we did, we got so much done, but actually didn't have time to film it. You look gorgeous.
Thanks. We've got a never-ending to-do list, and this is just part of it. First step, I've got to go up and double-check our roof rack, make sure all the solar panels are snug and secure and they're not going to fly off when we're driving down the highway. Then, we got to do all this other stuff. A lot of it has to do with putting panels on our doors and insulating the rest of the van. We're almost done. We have so much stuff out of our apartment, and now we're really seeing some progress in the van. We're really excited about it. Let's get to it. Up on the roof, we've got 600 watts of solar panels. They're from Renogy. We have a discount link if you guys are interested in that. It's linked below. We also built this rack ourselves for under $500. So if that's something that you guys want to see how we did that, let us know in the comments below and we'll make another video for you.
We installed this swivel seat so that we can have an extra seat looking into the van when we're inside, so we can just hang out, turn this passenger seat over. So we're very excited about that.
We were finally able to finish our ceiling. Once we were able to get the solar panels mounted on the roof, we were able to finish that, and now our ceiling is done. Let's take a second to talk about this light here. When we first were designing the van layout, we were like, yeah, we're gonna have a full-time shower. And then 2 days ago, we decided, wait a minute, we don't actually want that. So now we have a shower light that's just kind of out of place with the rest of the lights. So, cabinet light or something.
So we finally put some walls up when we were able to finish the electrical. That trickled all the way down. We built this box around the windows, and today we're actually going to finish it with a trim. So very excited to have walls finally. And on the other side.
So underneath all this crap is a floor. We'll tell you about it later when it's done and you can actually see everything, but the floor is about 90% done. Look at it. Check it out.
Check it out! Wow, it looks pretty. It looks really nice. We both did a good job.
We both got hangry. We both had to stop to eat. That's just a fact of what it's like working with Megan and Matt.
Yep. Turns out managing our hunger levels was actually a full-time job. So the next thing we did was we painted some plywood boards and put them up as panels to replace those black ones that we pulled off. Really, we should have just kept those black ones, but they were breaking when we were pulling them off, so whatever.
Check that out. Let me show you what I did. So as you can see, pocket screws, boom, 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 boom. Use these clamps to hold it up. Megan came out and helped me for a sec, which was great. And then for this side over here, this metal here was really thick and we have a bunch of wires, so I didn't want to just drill into the back of it. So I just used those corner braces and a bunch of constructor adhesive. As you can see, pretty sturdy, it's not going anywhere. And that is now the frame of the shelf. So, getting closer to being done. If you had looked at this van like 3 or 4 days ago, we had the entire thing ready to paint, and then we decided that it would be smarter to get the cabinets up than do all the painting at once. So this is already sanded and ready to go. That's already sanded. Check out those little countersunk screws. It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
Alright guys, this is the moment of truth, whether or not our bed is going to work. It kind of fell apart the first time we did it, but we didn't really reinforce it that well. So, Matt, are you ready?
We are ready. We are reinforced.
Does it push in?
Let's find out.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I would like to do something about this.
Yeah. So,
But
we've got some tracks. Guys, we have no experience. We have no idea what we're doing.
we winged this completely.
Yep.
And it worked out perfectly.
Well, I woke up this morning and I was like, I think this is the idea. And Matt was like, let's do it. And then we did it. It looks like we have a full-size bed. I think we were planning on...
We're shooting for a little bit less than a queen. Now we got definitely closer to a full. But that's alright.
If we had planned for a full, then we would have less than a full now.
That's
so
a good point.
I'm glad that we...
The reason that we have a little bit less is because we have this lip. Because we don't want the mattress to slide off. Like our current mattress does.
Correct. And we may be able to use our current mattress for the van. So, are we sleeping here tonight?
I think we should.
And then let's just hang out in here.
You're saying too much for having just put your bed into your home.
This feels very sturdy.
Yeah.
We did a good job.
We did do a good job. We just added some more reinforcing things.
Stuff.
We added wood.
We'll show them tomorrow. We're tired.
Alright, bed complete. Okay, here is where we lost track of filming. So I had to go on a business trip, so Matt was left at home to do the van build by himself. Turns out the best thing that I could have done was go away because he got so much done while I was gone. He also got help from his brother Andrew, and they did not film any of it. So here's where we are now.
In the past week, we had to move out of our apartment, so we're staying at Casa de Jorge, which is my dad's house, who was retired, and giving us the help with the van, and just letting us stay and take over his entire house with all of our stuff. So, shout out to Retirement Geo. And we've just been at it non-stop with the van.
Anyways, we know we haven't given you a full update in a really long time, but I will say all of our major appliances are in, and we're working on connecting the propane, the electricity, and the plumbing. All in one. Once those three things are in, we are moving in completely. Half of our things are already moved into the cabinets that Matt made. I don't think you guys have seen those either. So if you're really, really excited to see the van tour, please subscribe so that you get notified when we actually post it. So the next video coming up is going to be our van tour. Tour it up! We got these cute pillows from Home Goods. Totes adorbs.
Is the knife over there?
I don't know, is it?
I've just been so busy working that I don't know where anything is. But that really hasn't changed since the beginning of this build.
Truth be told, we didn't have much time or energy for YouTube or filming our process from the time we did our bed to the end of the van build. Power to you if you're able to film and build at the same time. We really, really hit our breaking point towards the end. but putting down the camera did allow us to work a lot faster, and this is what we were able to accomplish. We're so happy with how our van turned out, and if you want to see our van tour, please subscribe to our channel so that you get notified when we post it. Thanks for watching!